Listen,
Hey guys, how are you?
all
Good to
right,
see you,
Great.
man.
How
How
are
you
Turman.
you?
doing?
Good. Now, each of you have done theater before. So when you got this call, whether it was through your agents or through somebody you know, what was your first thoughts before you said, I'm going to do this?
There's no thought. There was no thought. Am I going to do this? There was no question. I think for any one of us. I think we were
Yeah.
waiting for the day that somebody said, "You want to be a part of this?"
Yes. Yes.
I know I couldn't say yes fast enough. You
Yes.
first heard Denzel Washington is producing, George Wolf is directing, Viola Davis, Glynn Turman. But all right, y'all, you know I'm doing it, whatever it is. So it doesn't even matter. I'll be a fly on the wall. You know,
Yeah.
how'd you feel?
You
First thought is, when do I leave? When do I leave? When do they want me
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
know, I watched the earliest stuff that you guys did with Sam Jackson. The one thing that struck me is that, August Wilson plays are like Shakespeare plays. You know the characters, so it's a question of like, which role am I going to play, So was there a thought process that when you call who did you play? Are you playing the role you wanted to play, Glenn?
I'm playing a role that I had played on stage when Denzel came 2 years ago to see the play at the Mark Taper Forum, and he came backstage afterwards and said, "Stay ready. I'm getting ready to do these plays as motion pictures, and I'll be getting back to you." So I stayed ready, and here I am 2 years later, working on a film that a man of his word said that I would be in. That's Mr. Denzel Washington.
Michael?
Well, I was like, why they get that old Viola Davis? I wanted to play Ma Rainey. They had to go and get Viola Davis for my role. No, no, no. Yes, I'm so happy to be playing
Will,
Soultrack. Yes, brilliant. I'm very pleased.
Will Wilson is looking at you like, what?
Wilson's like, listen, Michael is a character actor. He could play many things. You
Plenty things.
know, don't you?
You guys have done theater. Is it a different feeling knowing that you're putting these characters for a bigger audience to watch it on screen? When you do theater, obviously you know these characters. You're playing it 8 days a week or so forth. You know the lines. Is it a different feeling that like you now have to do it for film and you're doing it from a different perspective because he's filming it? You as opposed to a stage setting. Is it a different feeling?
I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I think that we rehearsed it like a play and we gave it its full weight of a play and did our dramaturgical work and did our research work. And we really spent time getting to know one another and really finding all these different notes and ways to play it. And then you give it over. Our job as when it comes to cinema is to give it over to the director and to the editor. You have actors like us. I'm sure every take we dialed it in different ways. The drama, the humor, the lightness, and then it's about the story that George Wolfe would like to convey. But I know that we did everything we could. We gave take after take. We worked hard and we worked fearlessly and left it all on the floor. And then it's about the experience that George Wolfe, as his director's vision, would like to leave in the hearts of audiences.
Yeah, it just gives us a little more. It just gives us greater intimacy, an intimacy
Yeah.
that is not the same. It's a greater level of intimacy for the camera than we can get on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, all you guys are trained theater actors, including Chadwick and Viola. And I don't know if each of you have worked together before. So when you guys were rehearsing this, did you rehearse enough times so that the audience can buy, with the exception of Levee, that you guys have been a core group together all along?
Well,
Establishing.
you answer that question for us. Did we convince you?
Yeah, in terms like, yeah, but you guys like, you guys have done theater, but had you known each other before or worked together before?
Oh, well, we knew of one another, and we hadn't worked together before, but we did have a 2-week rehearsal process in this endeavor, and that bode for us very well. It helped us quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. You know, so before I let you guys go, if Denzel, obviously Denzel's going to continue to make some of these Wilson plays into films, which adaptation would you want to see next that you would want to participate in
I
film?
would say Seven Guitars. I would say Seven Guitars.
The piano lesson.
Oh yes.
I'd like to do Bite 'em.
You know, and for you, Colman, obviously, George has been a TV and film director for a long time. You know, and all of you guys, did you pick up anything different for him doing a film that's different from him doing a stage setting that helps your? You don't need help, but you know, for your career, to like, oh, okay, maybe I've never tried this tactic before in terms of.
Well, let me tell you exactly what George did. He would bring us in. He would bring you in for your monologue and spend some time with you by yourself. And he gave me some really incredible words that I hadn't heard. He really helped me with a breakthrough. He said, Colman, he said, you know, you've been directing a lot lately. He said, you know too much. He said, I want you to be in that space. You know exactly how to play the notes of the scene. Go to that raw space of discovering that, of losing that. And I thought it was very impactful. And I felt like it really, and that happened maybe in week 3 or so. And I felt like it was so, it got into the spirit of where George Wolfe is and why he is seen and known to be a creative genius, because he is willing to unknow it. He's willing to mess it up. And he wants to examine this water bottle in every single way, even though he may know that's the way it's supposed to face. He's like, but let's look under here and see what it got and what you gonna do with that. And then now play it. You know, now that you've reimagined it, play it now and then see how the notes come out. I think that's a genius, and that's someone who trusts his process.
Well said. It's good talking to you guys. I will see you at some point when it's all safe. Stay safe, folks.
You stay safe as well, Wilson. Take it easy, brother.